and welcome to Grapple Games TV. This is Josh Foster, and with me today commentating, we've got Damon Smith.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going, Damon? All right, so we got another FNM. We had about 20 people here at this FNM, so we had 5 rounds of Swiss. Travis is playing a green-red monsters deck, and Damon, you're playing
Mono black.
Mono black.
The big black monster.
Yes.
Probably the best deck in Standard.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's able to handle lots of different situations. If you want to race aggro, you can go the pack rat route.
Yeah, actually pack rat's not really the best against aggro, but later in the game, it does come in very handy. Here we have a Thoughtseize, and pretty sure that Xenagos is what I take.
Yeah, you come right out the gate, turn 1, mess with their best laid plans, you know, usually taking the card that kept that hand for.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much how this mirror match will be over there. This is not a mirror match. That mirror match over there. Yes. Do you want to mark down the actual artwork? Not really. I'm assuming...
And I did take the Xenagos.
So taking the Xenagos over a Boonsader, Storm Breath, and what was the third one?
Was it Gorklan?
Gorklan. Alright, so Travis passes the turn, leaving mana up for his Boonsader.
And unfortunately, I know it's coming because that card hurts. Taking 4 damage on turn 3, that's not what I want to be happening.
Alright, so we got the end of turn Boonsader.
And I missed a land.
So Travis swings in for 5. Got the Devour Flesh. We know he has the Gorklan, so he eats his Mystic and then rampages his Satyr.
This game did not go my way at all. I missed land drops, didn't really draw anything that would have helped me even if I did hit land drops, so this was just a bad game for me, and he had a pretty good game himself. If my memory serves me right, I think I had a Night Veil Spectre in here, so drawing that Mutavault was not what I wanted.
Yes. You do come up with a couple of awkward situations where you want that triple black or... Alright, so you trade your Mutavault for his Boonsader. Seems like a good trade for you. I mean, you're getting rid of his 4/4/2, but
yeah,
then again...
I know a Storm Breath Dragon is going to be coming real quick here, so I had to stop the damage and try and draw a removal here, probably a Devour Flesh.
Alright, so getting your Underworld connections going so you can start drawing some cards.
This actually seems like a pretty rough matchup for Mono Black, actually, or at least my build of it. I don't have as much removal as most of them do.
Mm-hmm. What removal do you remove?
I don't run Doom Blades at all. I don't run Ultimate Prices at all. I have 4 Devour Flesh and 4 Heroes Downfall, and that's about it.
Okay.
And against the Mono Black decks or decks with black in it, I can bring in Dark Betrayals from the sideboard, but that's the only other removal I have. Oh, except for 2 Freakus Cures in the sideboard. Forgot about those.
Freakus Cures are in the sideboard. Alright, so it looks like you got a second Underworld connection. His Scavenging Ooze eats a couple Boonsader and Gorklan.
And I'm praying for a Grey Merchant, because that is the only thing that's going to save me.
Yep, Storm Breath and the Skoos come in for 8. Yeah, I think I saw the Gray Merchant, so.
And I did get the land to cast it, so
So Gray Merchant for 6. Bringing Travis down to 15 and you back up to 8.
this game did not go my way at all. I was doomed from the start. But the second 2 games went a little better for me.
Alright, so Busy Mortars come raining down upon your Gray Merchant, leaving the way for us 8 damage to get through.
Yep.
Alright, so what do you go into your sideboard?
I think here I brought in 2 Freakus Cures and 2 Duress. And I brought out 4 Underworld Connections. Because the Underworld Connections, I want to cut anything that's going to lose me life against a fast deck like this.
Okay.
It just doesn't do anything in this matchup except for gain me 2 life when I play Gray Merchant. I don't have room for that in my deck when I'm trying to not get aggroed to death.
Yeah, they're much better against other control or mid-range type decks.
And I know he's got a lot of Planeswalkers and stuff in his deck, so I figured Duress would be better than...
Yeah, you're able to grab those key cards, plus not have to lose your 2 life.
Right.
Alright, so it looks like he reveals the Mizzy Mortars, Scavenger News, Gore-Clan Rampager, and a Boon Satyr.
And this was one of those awkward hands with Temple of Deceit and Swamp and Thoughtseize, and you don't know whether you want to play the Temple first and scry, or play the Thoughtseize and then not play a turn 2 spell. But I opted for the turn 1 Thoughtseize, and I think it worked out pretty well because I think I drew a Thoughtseize on the next turn.
Alright, so he brings his Stomping Ground in, tapped.
I did not draw a Thoughtseize on the second turn. Interesting.
The Mutavault.
I guess I didn't have a Temple of Deceit either. Maybe I'm thinking of the third game.
Yeah, maybe. Spoilers. So it looks like maybe Travis is missing a land drop here.
That's fine with me. I'm never opposed to him missing a land drop
Alright, so you
when I
drop
have
the
a
demon.
Desecration Demon.
He in response gets Boon Satyr, get him his turn, plummets your demon, and then swings in for 4.
Yep, definitely saw the plummet coming, but got to get it out of his hand eventually. And a third Swamp would be very good here.
So it looks like Travis has 2 Mizzy Mortars, Blood.
And here's where I
You
make
see his whole
a
hand here.
play that I was pretty
Rookthar.
proud of. Getting that Flesh and Blood out of there, and
Alright, so you see that he has a Flesh and Blood, 2 Mizzy Mortars, Rookthar, and a Gore-Clan Rampager.
right. And Flesh and Blood, that can hurt if he Gore-Clan Rampagers and then does that. So I took that, and I had a Freakus Cure in hand. And I'm thinking, well, I can trade a Mutavault with a Boon Satyr, and I'm fine with that trade. But if he tries to Gore-Clan Rampager it, I can just Freakus Cure it in response and take care of all those cards at once. So that was a pretty optimal situation that I was in right there.
Yeah, it definitely helps being able to see your opponent's hands, kind
Yeah.
of trying to arrange
Know
your
what to
strategy
play
around.
around.
Right.
Yeah.
So he brings in the Scry land.
The Boone Satyr should be incoming. There it is.
You're like, okay, I'll trade my Mutavault with it. Aha, Gorkland Rampager. No, Farika's Cure. Yep, that was definitely an amazing play.
Yeah, he did not see that one coming.
So basically, you trade one card for
Two.
two of his.
2-for-1s are always good.
And you keep your Mutavault, yay!
Exactly. And he should have a Rurik Thar entering the battlefield within the next few turns. And
What's the casting cost on him, do you remember?
6.
6.
1 red, 1 green, and 4 colorless.
Alright, so get in with for two Mutavaults for 4 damage.
So right now I'm digging for a removal spell for the, or a Thought Seize would be even better for the Rurik Thar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, Travis has lost a bit of tempo playing.
Yeah.
Having to spend a whole turn just to play Mystic.
And he still has to find a land before the Rurik Thar can
And
enter
another
the battlefield.
Evil Demon.
The playset of Altered Desecration Demons.
Oh, yes.
You can go see Daniel Stanfa if you like the altars. He has tons of them.
And so here comes the Rurik Thar.
And so I'm going to be taking 6 damage just to get rid of it, and I have to get rid of it because that's a very large creature. And most of my deck is spells, so,
Yeah,
so
that
before
can
anything else happens, that's got to get off the battlefield.
add up pretty quick.
Yeah.
2 spells and you're dead
Mm-hmm.
at this point. Alright, so you take 6 damage, but he's off the table, so
And I've got a Desecration Demon across from his Elvish Mystic, so I'm still feeling pretty good at this point, along with 3 Mutavaults.
So Travis sacks his Mystic to tap down your Demon.
Yep.
Get in with the Mutavault.
Mono Black deck is just so good. It can attack from so many angles. It can attack your hand. It can just remove your entire battlefield. Like, you can have no permanents in play except for your lands. The 2 best cards in Standard right now, probably Mutavault and Thoughtseize, and they're in the same deck. It's so good.
Well, that seemed to work out pretty well for you there. He
Yeah.
got basically was a 3-for-1 on that one, and he sacked his Elvis Mystic, plus took 2 Mizium Warders to take down that demon.
It's never a good feeling when you have to 2-for-1 yourself when you're in aggro deck. Or 3-for-1 yourself even.
Alright, getting in for 4 more damage and bringing out a Nightfall Spectre.
Night Veil Spectre probably not going to be as good with the next set coming out, but probably still going to be good, I assume.
Yeah, there really wasn't too many like heavily colored mana costed cards in Born. I was expecting them to kind of give us some more tools for that kind of devotion aspect.
I was actually expecting them to stray away from it because the 2 big decks in Standard are Mono Black and Mono Blue, and they came out with more removal spells to get rid of Night Veil Spectre. I don't remember the name of it, but target creature, and each creature with the same name gets -3/-3. So
I think that was Bile Blight.
yeah, Bile Blight. So more removal, especially one that takes care of Night Veil Specters and Pack Rats all in one. That's pretty good.
All right, looks like
Hey, John. What have I done? I think I'm at A. Yeah, he is.
activating 2 of your Mutavaults.
Yeah.
Activating all
Activating
three.
3.
So you can block 1, but 6 gets through.
And I don't really think there's anything that he can draw to get him out of this situation.
Yeah. Next turn, just swing in with the Night Veil at least.
Well, the Polychronos can take care of the Night Veil Spectre, but then it also has to take care of the Mutavaults too. Show him the Gray Merchant in my hand, needs it too, and he just concedes.
Yep.
He had Merchant, and Polychronos could only swing in for 7.
Without having some way to counter that, it's just going to end the game.
Yep.
That's what I was kind of.
He has to get rid of the Night Veil Spectre and stop the Mutavaults and stop the Gray Merchant trigger, so there's just no way to do all of that when you don't have any cards in hand, so just concede the game.
Alright, so we're 1-1, moving on to game 3.
And another turn 1 Thoughtseize.
Turn 1 Thoughtseize here. Got a Mizzy Mortars, Domri, Scavenging Ooze, and a couple lands.
And I'm pretty sure I'd take the Domri here. I don't really see why you wouldn't.
I think Travis is like, you know, you want this, right? You want me to get rid of it, right?
Yeah, he
But
knew what I was gonna
Damon,
take.
you're doing your diligent, writing down all the cards. It's very important.
Got to remember what to play around. That's the good thing about mono black is you pretty much always know their hand and and a Scavenging Ooze. Getting Freak is cured right now before he can make it any bigger.
Looks like Travis drew into a Mistcutter.
That's a very good card. I just don't know if it's that good of a card against me. I'm not sure why he didn't take it out, or I don't know if he brought it in, but after sideboard, if I was playing the deck, I'm not sure it would have been in there against a mono black deck. And I think I take the Arbor Colossus. Oh no, I take the Mistcutter Hydra because he has to draw another green source before the Arbor Colossus can even be played, as opposed to he can play the Mistcutter Hydra next turn and start swinging with it, and I'd just rather stop the damage, or at least hold off the damage as long as I can.
Scrying card, weight at the bottom. Alright, brings out his Sylvan Caryatid.
A very good card. Not really many ways to remove it.
Alright, Lifebane Zombie hits the field. Getting rid of the only green card he has, the Arbor Colossus. Did you have that in your hand? Or?
I did.
Okay.
I took the Mistcutter Hydra because it could get played next turn, and the Arbor Colossus was going to have to wait, and I figured I would just be able to snag that with the Lifebane Zombie, so...
Perfect. Alright, so he Mizzy Mortars the zombie.
Oh, and I think we forgot that the Arbor Colossus is exiled with Lifebane Zombie, but it doesn't... Actually, it does matter in this matchup. He has Scavenging Ooze.
Yep.
But I don't think that ever actually came up, so... And here's where Pack Rat is good against the aggro decks. If you're ahead, it's very good, but on turn 2, when you're trying to hold off all of their creatures, he's not very good by any means.
So first you want to control the field in his hand, and then...
Against fast aggro decks, I'll usually side out 2 Pack Rats because he's just not good on turn 2, and I want to draw him later in the game to just take over, instead of drawing all 4 of them and having dead cards in my hand.
That's a spicy.
All right, looks like you drew another Arbor Colossus.
Probably just gonna kill him.
And I'm still feeling pretty good right now. I've got 2 pack rats on the battlefield and a Mutavault,
And now 2 Mutavaults.
and he actually ended up making a pretty good game out of this, so it came down to the wire. Almost raced the pack rats, but pack rat just showing how strong it really is, and ended up taking the 3rd game.
You had a good deck. At least you would still get next. Do you guys know how the price tag is going to be yet? I'm assuming it should be 8, 6, or 2.
So it looks like you had a Nightfell Spectre and maybe a Grey Merchant in your hand. Not sure what else. But at this point, they're all rats, aren't they?
On the pack rat plan right now. I'm not sure that attack was that great of an idea, but I think it almost cost me the game actually, but luckily I was able to recover from it.
So you got at least 3 damage in there, right?
Yeah. I think I got
lost a
1,
rat.
2, 3, 4, 5 damage in there.
5 in.
The activating both of the Mutavaults made the
Oh,
rats
that's
5
right, okay.
5s.
Okay, I see 3 mana to pitch, discard, and then
Mhm.
2 to pump up the rat. So trading the rat for the Boon Satyr.
Looking back on this game now, I think just sitting back and not attacking last turn would have been better. I could have made all my rats 5/5s, double blocked the Arbor Colossus, and blocked the Boon Satyr, and still had a pack rat, and I would have been in the same place that I was now, except he would be without that Arbor Colossus.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's definitely one of the reasons why we do this, so you can, not only for your sake, but also, I mean, other people that are watching, you can see how other people, what plays other people make,
Yep.
and maybe.
I know there are a lot of mono black players out there, so maybe someone will learn something from me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially here, I think there were 6 or 7 or maybe 8 people playing mono black last Friday.
The last couple of weeks, we've definitely had a large
Rise in the
amount of
amount.
black has taken over.
Yeah. Once you go black, you never go back.
Unless you're Derek.
Yeah, he went black. He said he didn't like the black deck, so...
Just the gameplay, he didn't find it fun, I think he said.
No, I don't know what he said, but he didn't like the deck. Silly Derek. I guess he doesn't like winning either.
Alright, so you made another, you actually drew
Cast
another
a
rat.
pack rat and mana to make another pack rat, so... Again, I'm feeling alright. I've got a Grey Merchant in my hand, and if things go south, I can play the Grey Merchant, gain a little more life, and keep on swinging with the pack rats.
Alright, so it looks like he brings in a Mistcutter for 5.
And he does an all-out attack here, and that just left him dead on board, so... After a good amount of thinking here, trying to make sure my math was correct, actually, I realized that I could do exactly 12 damage to him on the swing back if I just chumped one of the creatures to not die. And I just wanted to make sure my math was right, so I did it about 10 times.
Yeah.
I'd feel real silly losing if I ended up doing all that and my math was wrong.
So he's swinging in for 11, so if you block one with, one of your rats?
Yeah. I think
You
I...
can make another one. So you have 2 rats on board, you have 2 Mutavaults.
Yeah, I think I block the Arbor Colossus with the Chris Van Meter pack rat token, and then just make another rat and swing for exactly 12 next turn. Yep, jump, go to 3, And that's when I'm like, yes, my math is correct. I'll block.
So down to 3. Pitch a card to make a rat. Now on your turn,
And exactly
2
12.
mutavaults, swing in.
Making the
Making
pack
them
rats
4
4/4s. So that's 8 damage just from the pack rats, the extra 4 from the mutavaults, and that's 12 damage.
Yep. That's game. All right, so yeah, that's, I mean, like what you did, you made sure that, you had in the next round. So
Yep.
it's a good piece of advice. Always make sure you're not swinging into just a lethal swing back or...
Yeah. A lot of players do that. It's a real silly feeling, losing to your own mistakes. And I've definitely done that my fair share of times, so just making sure your math is right can go a long way.
All right, well, thank you for joining me today, Damon, and thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, go ahead and thumbs up and share it, and see us next time on Grapple Games TV. Thanks.